Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Musashi over here with some pretty harsh words to share about Genshin and their 6.1 update. And one thing clear about the opinion that I've had about Genshin 6.1 is the fact that I feel like the UGC's implementation is one of the most questionable things I've ever seen. And to dedicate from your 45-minute Genshin livestream, over 50% of it, over 22 minutes, to just advertising the UGC in the most shameless way possible was something that, I'm going to be honest, really killed my vibe for that update. So it appears that it's done the same thing for Musashi over here because he's saying the new Genshin Impact Cosmetics Gacha is awful. I've shared the same thoughts after seeing the fact that they have like green commons, blue rares, purple super rares, and then like gold SSR clothing. Let's go ahead and take a look at why he thinks this is the case.
Milliastra Wonderland keeps blowing my mind. This time, it's because it's bringing us Halloween.
This guy reminds me, he makes me think this is like Hero Hayes' alt account. Like Hero Hayes' Gacha alt account. Ever since he got, like, invested in, like, the VA drama, like, he actually secretly took over this channel.
In Genshin Impact. Never thought I'd see the day. Look, I said I didn't care about cosmetics in my last video about the Wonderland, but, they probably got me with this. And who'd have thought? Since I recall the devs saying holidays like this would never be part of the game. Clever little sneaks, using an alternate world mode to add them. Which
I don't feel like that's the worst thing ever, having like holiday themed, like Halloween, Christmas skins like that. It is definitely something that Genshin has done occasionally during like the Lunar New Year. But yeah, at the cost of like several $100s via a gacha system, I don't know about that one.
Which means I'll likely have to suffer through the topic of this video, the Milliastra Wonderland Cosmetics Gacha. I'll be blunt. It sounds rough. Don't get me wrong, I am still hyped for this super creative mode to release, but man, does the cosmetic gacha side of it seem harsh.
Do keep in mind that this is somebody that's looking forward to the UGC mode. I'm somebody that kind of is in the boat of, okay, this is like a big call out to me that the Genshin devs have become so creatively bankrupt that they can't design their own game modes anymore and need to hire a bunch of 10-year-olds to do it. But there are still some people that are fans of it. But what seems relatively universal is that there's a lot of questions about their 5-star socks, 5-star gloves, 5-star shirt system.
Let's break it down with what info we have, because in typical gacha fashion, said information is convoluted and written like it expects the reader to draw a diagram to understand it. There are two types of banners, standard and limited.
I remember this part from the live stream. I'll let him explain it. It's genuinely funny.
Let's begin with the standard banner. Pulling on the standard banner requires geodes of replication, a currency acquired by playing in the Wonderland. 70 pulls on the standard banner guarantees a 4-star outfit. No, you did not hear that wrong. There are no 5-star items on the standard banner.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The only way, at least from what we're seeing over here, to obtain the 5-star outfits is to either get the credit card ready or get your Discord daddy's credit card ready. Because the feature that they got in this game mode, by the way, guys, is people can buy things for you. You can get gifted 5-star outfits. Imagine the number of 40-year-old men that are going to be pretending to be 10-year-olds to get these outfits. And imagine the number of 40-year-old men that are going to be gifting other 40-year-old men these outfits. Hey, Roblox 2, Electric Boogaloo. Hey, I'm ready for the expose video. Hoyoverse is allowing grooming on their platform. I'm ready. It happened in Roblox. I think it's legitimately all the building blocks are there. This is a literal recipe for disaster. You can already see how it's going to happen. Like you can gift $100 outfits to people.
One important thing to note about the standard banner is that, unlike the standard banner in the main game, this one will be continuously updated with every version update of the Meliestra Wonderland. Every 5 pulls guarantees a 3-star or higher item. When pulling on the standard banner, one obtains items called
Every 5 pulls guarantees a 3-star. Every 10 pulls guarantees a 4-star. That implies the existence of 2 stars, by the way.
catalogs. These are blueprints for the items you pull that you can then craft in the Wonderland's crafting mode. Crafting requires materials equal to the tier of the blueprint, which can be obtained through gameplay in the Wonderland and by pulling duplicates on the standard banner.
Keyword. Do you see any gold lustrous materials over here, ladies and gentlemen? Or do you only see green, blue, and purple lustrous materials?
Which can be obtained through gameplay in the Wonderland and by pulling duplicates on the standard banner. This is already sounding convoluted, like a second barrier to item acquisition in which the sole purpose is to double dip on the gacha.
Exactly. When you start taking a look at the building blocks, right, and you start seeing firsthand how there are so many resources, so many different ways to acquire these things. You get bits and pieces from the gacha, you get bits and pieces from the gameplay, but the core route, right, is going to the gacha to get all these things. Guys, this is actually inherently far more predatory and just far more confusing than the existing gacha system in Genshin Impact. ZZZ, Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves. I'm like, you can already tell it's far more confusing right off the bat. And think about it this way. It's more confusing than those games. And this is clearly a game mode designed for kids. It's a game mode designed to tap into the same kind of player base, the same type of audience that Roblox does. And so they've made the gacha system more complicated, more convoluted, acquisition of clothing and stuff, which is the main appeal, a far cry from the baseline games. And they've lowered the age of the target audience at the same time. Increased complexity, dumber audience, profit. But now that I said that, the audience is actually going to be those 40-year-old men that are pretending to be 10-year-olds. So maybe they might know more about this system than we might think. Maybe Hoyoverse has actually factored that in already. And that's why they made it more complicated, because it's actually going to be an older audience. Just a bunch of FBI agents, you know, like talking to each other, right? It's actually going to be the older audience that addresses it. So maybe they've done, like, they've seen the crystal ball, right? They consulted the Oracle of Delphi, and they know that's what the future holds in store. So I don't know. Maybe I'll eat my words. I'll just wait for the next Forbes article on it, or the next Mugen video.
What do I mean by double dip on the gacha? The male and female outfits are separate.
Nah.
Even though they are just a variation
right?
on the same thing, they are separate. This
Nah.
crafting mode is here to give you the choice on which you want to obtain
Nah, there's no way. If I get the male outfit, I'll just get the female version too, right?
first before
I hope
pulling
we got
duplicates.
proof of this.
If it was-
I genuinely thought it was automatic. I thought it was not. I thought that was not even like something that was going to be disputable. Like I thought it was just. I thought it had no question that if you unlock the male version, you get the female, but you're telling me they're separate. Can you change your gender, like, just with the click of a button in this game mode, or are you, like, locked to? Or is it like, is Hoyoverse, like, in 2025 yet? Like, because I'm just wondering, right? It might just be like, imagine you pull on the gacha and then, like, you pick the male character and then all you got are the female's clothes. It's like, well, what is he gonna do, man?
Were up to me, a player would simply receive both versions of an outfit upon obtaining it the first time. This is on full display with the limited banner. Pulling on the limited banner requires arcane keys, a currency acquired by opening your wallet. No.
So, it's gender locked. Pulling one of them doesn't give you the other gender. And the only way to acquire the 5-star limited outfits is to actually pay money. Are you seeing the dynamic forming even more? A bunch of 10-year-olds with no disposable income, and the only way to unlock the newest and coolest outfit is for somebody to pay. And you can be gifted Guys, I'm just telling you already. Isn't this a disaster waiting to happen? I feel like all I need to do is state the reality and like the precursory facts about the situation. And you guys are already like, yeah, somebody's gonna get arrested. I just need a list. You have, for the free-to-play 10-year-olds, no way to acquire the 5-star outfits unless you get mommy's credit card or somebody nice online decides to buy the skin for you. Oh, what are they doing? What are they doing, bro? This is just multiple crimes waiting to happen. What do you think is going to occur when you got dumb ass 10-year-olds? And then gifting systems and then this. I don't even need to say it, bro. You guys, like, I don't need to connect the dots because the dots are so fucking big on the map that, like, when you place them, they already make a line. You don't even need to draw anything.
You also did not hear that wrong. With the information Hoyoverse has shared thus far, arcane keys can only be obtained through Chrono Nexus tokens, which is the top-up shop currency.
And they're separate from Genesis crystals? Oh god, imagine being a 10-year-old with a Genshin account. Now you gotta deal with Primo Gems, Genesis crystals, and now fucking, what's it called? What the hell were these even called? Chrono Nexus. It even sounds more complicated! What the f- At least I would know that a Primo Gem and a Genesis crystal are like rocks, right? They're like minerals, Marie. What the fuck is a Chrono Nexus?
Currency. 70 pulls on the limited banner guarantees the featured 5-star outfit. There is no 50-50. The guarantee count
yeah, there's no 50-50, but you gotta pull twice if you want to get both genders, brother. Yeah, get a matching set for you and your Discord kitten.
Carries over between limited banners until the player receives a 5-star. Here, catalogs and crafting don't exist. You pull an item, you receive it. Simple, but you have to choose between pulling for the male or female variant, except for 3-star items, which can be either variant regardless of your choice of banner.
So they already knew that they could put in the system to make the clothing just look different, depending on if the male or the female selected it, and it's only for 3 stars. It's only for 3 stars, by the way. Yeah, but for the 4 and 5 stars, go fuck yourself.
It's uncertain if pity is shared between the variant banners. The banners have separate names in the documentation, but beyond that, there's no clarification. So, in short, for different themed limited banners, pity carries over. Between the male and female outfit variant within a themed banner, it's uncertain if the pity is shared. With crafting removed,
another layer of complexity for a lower intelligence audience. Are you guys beginning to see a trend with all of the systems and the elements of the gacha with the UGC thus far? It's so much more convoluted, so much more complicated, so much harder to understand than almost any other gacha system we've seen before in any game, if I'm frankly being honest, and it's clearly being tailored towards a younger audience at the same time. This is the most inherently predatory and like just it's so bad from so many angles because it's far more predatory than the existing game and it's made for individuals who have worse decision-making abilities. We're going to take the Mr. Pokey point of view. A lot of kids are getting beaten up next month. I'm going to be honest. When 6.1 launches, a lot of kids are going to get beat up. It's just, if we're going to take the Mr. Pokey approach to the matter, a lot of them getting their ass beat. Let's be real.
Duplicates give something else. 3 and 4-star duplicates give engraved shards, which is like masterless star glitter from the main game. 5-star duplicates first grant the outfit ascension, which changes.
Let me just hear about the dupe system again. What the fuck?
Which is like masterless star glitter from the main game.
So they got masterless star glitter on top of the crafting materials, on top of like the
5-star duplicates first grant the outfit ascension.
Okay, so you get a reskin of it. I mean, that's... Some would say that a reskin is typically supposed to be worth less than the baseline skin. Most people would say that the reskins probably shouldn't cost as much as the actual skin itself. But in this circumstance, it does. Because you have to pull a second copy, and so they're essentially the same damn price. Like, you would have thought they would have learned from the League of Legends system with chromas, right? Where you buy the skin, and then you can recolor it for a huge discount. But for here, you only got one choice of a recolor, and to get the recolor, you gotta pull a dupe.
Which changes its color. That rules out the ability to manually change outfit colors. Any additional duplicates are converted into radiant shards.
And as far as I'm concerned, the Infinity Nikki system lets you freely recolor pieces using a palette. And you buy the palette colors. So this is not like the Infinity Nikki system. It's like, you don't got no palettes over here. You got a baseline color scheme. And that's the only one that you get from a dupe.
Any additional duplicates are converted into radiant shards.
Okay.
Usable in the same shard shop as engraved shards.
Okay. So, radiant shards are used to redeem featured 5 stars. And so essentially, you can build up these radiant shards to be able to, I imagine, like, get the outfit without pulling. But just imagine a situation where maybe you want radiant shards, but you think this color looks like shit. So, to get a radiant shard, you would first need to get the recolor that you may or may not like. If you like it, great. But if you don't, it's like, This is so complicated, it's crazy. I'm just going to be real with you. It is absolutely insane how much complexity they've decided to add to this. Again, for an audience of 10-year-olds!
Additional duplicates are converted into radiant shards, usable in the same shard shop as engraved shards. If you're lucky enough to actually get a radiant shard, you'd best spend it quickly. They expire whenever Milliastra Wonderland up.
What? Why did they say none of this shit during the live stream? What? They spent 22 minutes out of the 45-minute live stream talking about it. Why did they say none of this shit? All I heard were the VAs being like, oh, this looks amazing. Oh, this is so much fun. Oh, this looks fantastic. Oh, but we didn't hear any of this shit. Wow. Wow. I didn't know it was this bad. I can see now. I probably saw it already before, but I'm seeing, like, I can say definitively now. I see why people that were excited about the UGC are pissed about this. Holy fuck. So everything I said before about the system being more convoluted, more complicated, and then addressing a younger audience, multiply that by 10. Because now you got, like, FOMO and expiring 5-star dupes. Whatever. Just imagine if, like, this would be like in Woo-Wah. Sorry for showing the better game. It's like, this would be like your Afterglow coral expiring and turning into blue corals. What the fuck? The idea of it blows my mind.
Turning into a set number of arcane keystones. How many arcane keystones? An item with an effective value of 210 pulls should be worth a lot. If we look at the shard shop, Genshin values them at 5 pulls.
So they cost 210 shards to get, and then the rebate for them is 5 pulls. So your dupe translates into 5. There's no fucking way, right? There's no way that your dupe turns into 5 pulls, right? Because the only way to get this is to get a third copy of something. And so that third copy is worth 5. This is a scam. This is literally meant to just steal money from 10-year-olds. You might as well just go to your local elementary school and just go beat up kids for their lunch money. This is like the same, this is like the digital version of that. What the hell?
Hopefully, old 5-star outfits get added to this shop. Otherwise, the only use for Radiant Shards will be to purchase the outfit variant you didn't obtain from the current limited banner. Because to reiterate, you only obtain Radiant Shards by pulling the same 5-star outfit for a third time or more. So in summary, with the info we currently have, the gacha in Miliastra Wonderland, and especially so regarding its limited banner, appears very unfriendly, perhaps.
The most unfriendly gacha system I might have ever seen.
Perhaps this will change once we have all the info upon the Wonderland's release, as they did not disclose percentage rates on the gacha or cost of paid currency.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe a 5-star outfit only going to cost you like $2. Imagine, maybe if it was only $2, right? And the rates are 50% for getting a 5-star. But this is Hoyoverse we're fucking talking about over here. I feel like it's going to have the same goddamn rates as all their other games. So yeah, enjoy hitting pity 90% of the time. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. I'm not going to be out here and after observing 4 gacha systems by the same developer in Honkai Impact 3rd, in Genshin Impact, with its amazing weapon banner system, by the way, and Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero with their 75-25. I'm not going to go ahead and assume that they're going to lay their foot off the gas pedal, especially when they've just added like 17 different resources into the game and an expiring 5-star dupe mechanic. I'm just going to be real with you here. If everything has been shit, I'm going to assume what's at the center is also shit too, unless I'm proven otherwise. So yeah, there's still more details to be ironed out and announced, but oh good god, this looks terrible.
Maybe the percentage rate for obtaining 4 and 5-star items is super high. Maybe the cost of paid currency is crazy low.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm spewing delusions. That last one has the highest chance of being true, by the way. Anyways, my bitterness aside, I hope this breakdown helps people understand the mode's gacha better. While I truly want
Bro sounds so sad.
Miliastra Wonderland to be super
Bro definitely recorded that with like at least a single tear streaming down like his left eye.
successful, I can't help but feel this sort of gacha setup is going to turn many away.
I think it's going to turn away a good number of players, but there's just going to be, like I said before, the target audience of 10-year-olds. And then the target audience of 40-year-olds. And undercover FBI agents. Because I don't think he actually touched upon the worst system when you factor all of this in. But I've made sure to mention it plenty of times in the video. You can gift outfits to other players. And the only way to get the paid outfits is to, well, pay. And so just think about the dynamic, the ecosystem, right? Of people who will be ready to supply all these 10-year-olds with outfits. I don't like that one. Maybe that's what this mechanic is for. It's for all the 40-year-olds to be able to just... I see. It's so that the 40-year-olds can go buy additional copies of the skin to go gift to their friends on the platform. Friends in quotation marks. Oh dear.
Is going to turn many away. It also doesn't help that basic character creation features like color adjustment on hair and clothing are missing. I have hope that some red flags, like free-to-play players being unable to obtain limited banner pools, will be proven untrue with the official release.
True, right? That could be a way to change it, but for right now, they didn't seem to show any free-to-play way to acquire the paid currency.
But we'll have to wait and see. I'll just be thankful that none of the game creator tools appear paywalled. Could you imagine if they gotcha'd components and stuff for that? Hoyoverse, no, that's not an idea for you. Do make sure to subscribe, and as always, this is Musashi. signing off.
Awesome vid by Musashi. And before we leave, I just want to make sure that people know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the some of the special mechanics. I just want to make sure I get that clip where they're talking about being able to like gift this shit to each other. Because I'm gonna be real, it's fucked up. I'm pretty sure they talk about it somewhere in here, but I'm not lying to you at all when I say that during this live stream, a prominent feature that they talk about and make sure to mention multiple times is the ability to buy skins. Oh, fuck it. I'll go to the what's it called? The transcript. This is a lawsuit waiting to happen, ladies and gentlemen. This is a lawsuit. Wait, just imagine the ecosystem that this is going to form moving forward. It is one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever imagined in my life. And I am just so baffled that this is the approach that these developers are taking. I think a lawsuit is literally their goal in the future. This is Roblox version 2, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully the video, the great video by Musashi, all of that, and of course the commentary that we gave has highlighted to you just how absurd this UGC actually is. That'll be that for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you all thought. Peace.